Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Anguilla. Can't really tell you what's going to happen here today. I am in the Just Flight Piper Warrior. We are going to do some island hopping today. And like I said, I can't really tell you what exactly is going to happen because I haven't flown this airplane, or I haven't used the simulator actually since 1/27/19 came out, and I guess as luck would have it, you guys are gonna be getting this soon anyway. GNS dual. Nah, let's just do this. Alright, so I think this is gonna come out like any day now, from what I understand. So rotating beacon on, mixture rich, carb heat is cold. Let me test and make sure that's working. It is. Carb heat is cold. Master and battery switches on. Fuel pump on, throttle cracked. Toes on the brakes, and make sure there's nobody out here to kill or maim. Oh, that's right, and I gotta start this with the mouse. I always forget that. Alright. 1200 RPM. Oil pressure is good. Let's turn the fuel pump off. Fuel pressure is good. Lean the mixture for taxi. Avionics master on. Nav and strobe lights on. Oh, okay, just making sure those are on. 122.8. Transponder squawk altitude. No mode C, really? Didn't know that actually. This airplane. Alright, I suppose we can turn the DME on, just wanted to do so, why not? Let's get the ATIS here. TQPF ATIS. So, Juliana is let's see. Alright, let's go TNCM ATIS. This airport's been updated since I last flew. And how about METAR? Let's try METAR. We're gonna get something if I put METAR. QNH1014, which doesn't help me. So this airport's been updated. The 299 are 4. Alright, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, right about there. It's about correct. Alright, let's release the parking brake. Let's make sure it's lean for taxi. I don't know why my head is literally through the roof here. I don't know about that. Taxi light on. Okay. Anguilla traffic and Cherokee 56125 taxiing to runway 11 via taxiway Bravo, Anguilla. crappy radio message. Airplane is moving. Test the brakes. Always test your brakes when your airplane is first getting moving. So the sim has been updated as well to 127.19. I don't really know what that means. Don't really know what they've changed. There's Trans Anguilla. Try taxiing backwards like this. So I'm not really sure what they've done with the airport. It's looking great though. I think the weather looks really pretty good. Clouds are looking good. I just got back from Guadeloupe. Spent 8 days in Guadeloupe. Got to meet the cast and crew of Death in Paradise, BBC TV show, which is really, really cool. Anguilla traffic, Cherokee 56125, back taxiing runway 11 full length for departure, Anguilla. Alright, landing light coming on. So we want to make ourselves very, very visible. Always want to be extremely visible when you're out on a runway. So yeah, so we went to Anguilla. We went to Guadeloupe. And just had a really cool time. It wasn't quite what we were expecting in some ways. The side that we stayed on, Dehay, was not really the beachy kind of the sand, the white sand beachy kind of thing that I was sort of expecting. But it was really a cool place. Very, very different from anywhere else I've been in the Caribbean. And like I said, we got to meet some of the cast of Death in Paradise, including Ralph Little, who plays D.I. Neville Parker. And what a freaking guy! I mean, what a nice guy. We met him the first morning after we arrived with a group of about 12 to 14 other people that were kind of hanging around outside where they were filming. And so he met us along with about, like I said, 12, 14 other people for a few minutes, gave us a tour of the site. And then 2 days later, we met him again, and he came walking across the street and addressed my girlfriend and I by name. Like, pretty big actor, and just a delightful human being. Really, really an ace human being. So, mixture rich, lights are on, carb heat is cold. Don't need any flaps. Alright. Anguilla traffic, Cherokee 56125, taking off, runway 11, departure to the south, Anguilla. Takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments are in the green. Airspeed is alive. Alright, just ease it off the runway here. Easy bit of right rudder. There is Anguilla looking beautiful. Did I have my fuel pump on? I did not turn that fuel pump on now. Climbing pretty well today. And so far no stutters. And performance seems pretty good. Whoopsie daisy. our turnout here. Anguilla traffic, Anguilla 2, Cherokee 56125, right crosswind departure off runway 11 departure to the south, Anguilla. Alright, 1,000 feet AGL, let's turn the fuel pump off. Check the fuel pressure is looking just fine. Alright. $1,300 climbing 1,500. Alright, 50 feet below our cruise altitude. Pull the power back until you hear a noticeable reduction in engine power. Push the nose over to a 0 on the vertical speed indicator and roll in some trim. I already tell from the sound that I'm going to need to pull the power back just a little bit more. Yeah. Alright. Nose coming down here a little bit. The airplane feels pretty good. The airplane feels pretty good. Power back just a hair more. I have to say I am somewhat surprised that things are going as smoothly as they are right now. There is Cherokee 56125. The actual Cherokee 56125 right now is at KPOU, Poughkeepsie Airport, getting a Garmin GFC 500 autopilot installed, which is crazy. Like, so within 3 weeks or so, I'm going to be flying in the real world an aircraft with a digital, essentially a glass cockpit, GTN 750 dual G5s, and a fully coupled autopilot, fully coupled digital autopilot. It's going to be capable of flying fully coupled approaches. I mean, I'm literally going to be able to program an approach and hang out and watch what happens. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. So performance so far looks pretty good. Performance so far looks really good. A little bit of a stutter there, no big deal. Clouds are looking nice. The airplane is in a bit of a left turn. Right turn, rather. I'm going to go fuel pump on. Switch fuel tanks. I'm going to go fuel pump off. Check your fuel pressure looking delightful. Dial that HSI around to a heading of 100, which is our inbound heading, our final heading actually, at St. Barthélemy. And I have not been able to land this approach in any aircraft I've tried it in quite some time. The change in wind and ground effect, mechanical turbulence over the ground in Sim Update 10 has been significant, and it has had a significant impact on making approaches into this island, at least for a pilot as lacking in skill as myself. St. Bart's traffic, Cherokee 56125, 10 miles to the north, inbound runway 10, St. Bart's. So we'll give it a go, we'll see what happens. Keep an eye on that. When you push the nose down in an airplane with a variable pitch propeller, or a fixed pitch propeller rather, your RPMs will increase. When you pull the nose up, the RPMs will decrease. So if you have to make an attitude, anytime you have to make an attitude adjustment and retrim the airplane, you're going to get slight changes in RPM, and like when you want to, like if you're initiating a descent and you want to drop your power, say to 2200 RPM, drop it down to 2250, and you'll level off. It'll be 2200. And vice versa, if you're leveling off from a climb and you want to cruise at 2500, pull the power back to 2450, and by the time you level off, it'll be 2500. I can't explain to you why that is. I'm not that smart, but I do know that that's how it works. Constant pitch propeller airplanes are so easy to fly. Not that I've ever flown one in real life, but someday. Gosh, the stability of the airplane feels really good, which I'm pretty happy about. And this is Forche coming up this little island here. A visual reporting point when you're coming into runway 10. St. Bart's traffic, Cherokee 56125, Forche inbound runway 10, St. Bart's. Anybody who's not from St. Bart's or doesn't really know the visual approaches into the airport, the visual procedures into the airport, is going to hear me on VATSIM and not have any idea what I'm talking about, which is fine. But this airplane is looking dynamic, which is what airplanes are. Alright. Start looking for traffic here. Looking clear. Alright, so we are within the white arc. Put in that first notch of flaps. Push the nose down. I'm gonna go fuel pump on. Lights are all on. I was gonna say I don't really care what my power setting is, but it's pretty much right where I want it. I don't see any traffic. St. Barts, traffic Anguilla, Cherokee 56125, turning Sugarloaf inbound, runway 10, St. Barts. Alright, mixture's rich, carb heat is cold, fuel pump is on, lights are set, flaps are set. St. Barts, traffic Anguilla 26, Cherokee 56125, short final, runway 10, St. Barts. Airspeed is picking up quite a bit there. It's not what we want, so we're gonna pull the power out. Power is completely out now. A really big updraft. Not bad, really. I mean, let's lean the mixture for taxi. A lot more control and pitch than I remember having, which is nice. It's been one of the problems I think I was having with the Islander before I left, was having kind of a tail-heavy airplane and not being able to get the nose up. St. Barts, traffic, Cherokee 56125, back taxiing runway 10, full length, St. Barts. Alright. Whereas that was really pretty nice. I mean, there were two spots in there where I had pretty strong updrafts, and both times I just pulled the power, and the second time the power was out completely. Just short of the crest of the hill there. St. Barts, traffic Anguilla, Cherokee 56125, clear the runway, St. Barts. So I'll check something real quick. So far, both times that I've had a pause, this was where I switched to the external view, but that time it didn't do anything. So $122.8. Alright, lights are all on. Mixture is rich. Let's go. Oh wait, flaps are set 2 notches. That's perfect. St. Barts traffic. Cherokee 56125 taking runway 10 for departure to the north. St. Barts. Alright. Get the brakes set here. We don't want to sit here too long. Heading indicator checks with the runway number. Mixture's rich. Flaps are set. Let's get the trim set for takeoff. Trim is just a little bit shy of neutral, a little bit after neutral, which is fine. Takeoff power coming in. 2350. Takeoff power is set. Oil pressure is in the green. Release the brakes. Airspeed is alive. This airplane is just gonna elevate. It's gonna levitate right off the ground. Watch this. See that? Don't even have my hand on the yoke right now. Alright, positive rate of climb. First notch of flaps coming out. Let's make a left turn to a heading of 060. How cool is that view? How cool is that view? Beautiful. Alright, before we crash into anything. Second notch of flaps coming up. Second notch of flaps is good. St. Barts traffic, Cherokee 56125, left downwind departure off runway 10, departing to the north, St. Barts. Alright, 1,000 feet AGL, let's turn the fuel pump off. Fuel pressure is looking good. Alright, let's push the nose down here just a hair, pick up some airspeed. Cruise climb. Alright, 50 feet below our desired cruise altitude. Push that nose down. Release the rudder pressure, and let's put in some nose down trim, ladies and gentlemen. I use that term loosely. Use that term loosely with you guys. Oh no, I use that term loosely with myself, that's right. Is that engine RPM picking up? That's because I'm trimming the nose down.
Juliana traffic, American 1726 is taxiing runway 10 via Alpha, Juliana.
That's pretty darn good right there. Hair of power. One of the things I've been thinking about, I was flying the Islander before I left on vacation, and frankly not flying it very well, and it really got me to thinking that perhaps, although it might not be the most exciting thing in the world, perhaps flying this airplane, which I'm extremely familiar with, because I fly a Cherokee in real life. Yeah, this has got a tapered wing and whatever, but all Cherokees are basically the same. Fly quite similarly. And just thought, you know what? Before you outsmart yourself, fly an airplane that you know how to fly. That's really the best way to kind of get a feel for the simulator. And this Just Flight Warrior is really nice. Stop arguing with the airplane. Airplanes will argue with you. They really will. They get pissy with you. It's weird, you know. I mean, it's probably not weird. It's probably perfectly explainable, but sometimes airplanes just want to climb. They just want to climb, and sometimes they just want to descend. And it seems like no matter what what you seem to want to do, the airplane's got a mind of its own. So the plane is definitely much more stable in pitch. Which is very nice. No airplane's ever going to be perfectly stable in pitch. We do expect some variation, but sometimes the variation can be a little bit too much. As if they're doing this number the whole time. Alright. There is gorgeous.
Juliana, traffic American 1726 is departing runway 10, Juliana.
Grandcast traffic, Cherokee 56125, crossing the departure end of runway 12 from south to north, inbound to Anguilla, Grandcast.
You crossing Juliana's departure?
Negative, Grandcast, you're clear.
Roger that, thanks.
Always good to communicate a little bit if you're crossing the departure area of a runway. Like that's Grandcast Airport right there, and anybody who's taking off in my general direction. Because remember, you can fly no radio. Well, you can't fly no radio out of there because it's Class Delta. No, it's not a Class. That might not be a Class Delta. But anyway, it's always good to broadcast a little bit, let people know you're in the area of a runway. Where are we gonna go? Are we gonna go to Grand Cas or are we gonna go to Anguilla? Let's go to Grand Cas. Grand Cas traffic, Cherokee 56125, entering a left downwind for runway 12, Grand Cas. I love the way these trees look in the update for this sim. Okay. Put in a bunch of flaps. Fuel pump coming on. Grand Cas traffic, Cherokee 56125, left base runway 12, Grand Cas. And see, I've got this now set to the runway heading. This makes it easier for you to visualize what you're trying to do. So now I know I'm on a base leg because I've got that. See, when the nose pitches down, vertical speed increases, and my airspeed increases, I know my energy is increasing, which is not what I want. So rather than adding power, I just pull the nose up a little bit and trim. This makes me happy. Be about 500 feet when I turn final here. Second notch in, fuel pumps on. Grand Cas traffic, Cherokee 56125, turning a 1.5 mile final, runway 12, Grand Cas. Right now I am too high, and the airplane wants to float a little bit, so we're going to reduce power, and we'll keep an eye on what's going on here. We've got a bit of a right crosswind. Airspeed is a little high. Whoa. No. You're not going to start doing that. Grand Cas traffic, Cherokee 56125, short final, runway 12, Grand Cas. Right. Yeah, I know what you're trying to do, but I'm not going to let you do it. There we go. Fought my way through. That, ladies and gentlemen, right there was was a well-executed landing. I am pretty happy with that, ladies and germs. Made good corrections coming down final with speed and pitch, or power and pitch rather, to get the profile I wanted. Lean the mixture for taxi. Bounced my way through the turbulence that I knew was coming. I had the energy I needed, and not too much, not too little, and made a nice crosswind correction there at the end. That was cool. Alright, let's come to a stop. Mixture is lean for taxi. Let's put the flaps up, and Grandcast traffic, Cherokee 56125, clear the runway, Grandcast. It's starting to get warm in my office here a little bit, but that's the way it is in airplanes, man. You sit in an airplane, especially in, oh gosh, I can't even imagine sitting in a Cherokee in the sun at 3:30 in the afternoon in Grandcast. Be boiling. Yeah. That window open, get some air in here, right? Alright. So, let's get ourselves ready here for takeoff. Fuel pump is still on. Fuel pump is now off. Let's set the mixture. Let's set the. Okay, it's just after neutral, which is good. Right at neutral, or just a little bit after neutral is generally pretty good in the Cherokee. Let's get an updated altimeter setting. 2997. Sometimes you can tell because I don't know a lot, but I knew that the Grandcast Airport is not below sea level. Alright. Grandcast traffic, Cherokee 56125, back taxiing runway 12 full length for departure, Grandcast. Alright. So Sim Update 10 should be out very shortly to the general public, the viewing and using public. Lights are on. I don't see any traffic coming in. So they updated to 127.20, and then they rolled that back for store users, which is what I am. I have it on Microsoft Store. The Xbox users and the Steam users are all using 127.2. Supposedly we're going to be getting a new update here soon, very soon, to get us. They rolled store users back to 127.19, and they're gonna update us to 127.2 again here soon. And I think there's gonna be a final beta version before, or a final beta version, and that final beta might be the full release, because they're optimizing the DirectX 12, where they've sort of disabled in the last couple builds, to go along with a new NVIDIA driver for the release of Sim Update 10, which is all awesome news. So heading indicator checks with the runway number. Fuel pump is on, mixture is rich. Grandcast traffic, Cherokee 56125, taking off runway 12, left crosswind departure, Grandcast. Takeoff power is set, oil pressure is in the green, airspeed is alive, my hand is off the yoke, stay on center line with the rudder, And the airplane just flew. It didn't quite just fly itself off this time. Oh, bonehead. That was kind of funny. But I was talking too much. Flapping my gums, not paying attention when I fly. But what I was going to say, the point of what I was saying was I think that they really kind of dialed this in pretty nicely. 1,000 feet AGL, let's turn the fuel pump off, fuel pressure is good. Make sure we get out over the beach, past the end of the beach before we make our left turn, so as not to annoy the humans on the ground. We always want to be a good aviation citizen, because if we annoy people on the ground, then they want to close airports, and we don't want to close airports, do we? No, we do not. So, know your, know your airport's, whatchamacallit, we'll use a fancy term for it. It's not coming to my feeble mind right now. Noise abatement. That's the term I was looking for. Know your airport's noise abatement rules and follow them. Do us all a favor. And that way we can keep airports open. Which, as pilots, we like. Alright. Anguilla traffic. Cherokee 56125 is 5 miles to the south. We'll be making our right base entry to runway 11 Anguilla. That dude was taking off in the American flight out of whatchamacallit, it was probably annoyed with me for talking so much. Switch fuel tanks. Fuel pressure is good. That's alright. Gosh, guys, I tell you, if this is what the final build, this isn't going to be the final build, but if this is the result of this is going to be the outcome of all the beta testing for this update, I think we're going to have some happy campers. Alright, let's go. Fuel pump on, lights check, lights are all on. See, and this again, this line set to the runway heading just gives you a little bit of an idea of what your orientation to the runway is, which is really helpful. The NVIDIA driver, by the way, is going to fix this nonsense, from what we heard. Anguilla traffic, Cherokee 56125, entering 2 mile right base runway 11, Anguilla. I'm going to make this a short approach here. There's going to be a Zarnell Hughes special right here. Buddy Zarnell. He's always doing short approaches and nailing them. And short approach is not my specialty, it just isn't. Not something I really do. But I'm gonna start practicing them. Alright, 1,000 feet. Put in that second notch of flaps. Check for traffic. Traffic is looking negative. Start making our way in here. Anguilla traffic. Cherokee 56125 is turning a 1.5 mile final runway 11 Anguilla. And pull that nose right up. Feeling pretty good about this right now, actually. And that last notch of flaps. Push the nose down, 70 knots is good. Five 70 knots is just fine. Yep. Woo. Just a little bit of gas there. Look at that. What has gotten into me today? I look like a real pilot. It's kind of scary. Lean the mixture. I usually don't do full flap landings, and Ludix Aviation, Lewdix, on YouTube. Really cool Scottish. Boy, do I hope I have that one right, because if I don't, he's gonna block me on YouTube. Ludix Aviation, Lewdix. Really great Scottish instructor in the U.S. Flies in Florida. And just a hilarious dude, but a really good flight instructor. And I asked him some questions about full flap landings and partial flap landings and Cherokees, and he, I usually land two notches in Cherokees, and he said the third notch is there to help you. So, in other words, use it. And I did right there, and boy, felt nice. So Lou, not that you'll ever see my YouTube channel, but shout out to you. Thank you, sir. And as we all know, you are not clear of the runway until the entirety of your aircraft is on the other side of that line. If 1 inch of your aircraft is on this side of the line, you are not clear of the runway. Anguilla traffic, Cherokee 56125, clear of the runway, Anguilla. And let's see, mixture is set for taxi, flaps are up. Let's turn the landing lights off and release the brakes. Let's open up this window here, get some air in the old airplane. As a matter of fact, let's open the door too, because honestly, in this kind of weather, jeez, in this kind of weather, the first thing you do when you touch the ground is, see, this is the thing that bugs me about the buses and trucks and stuff. They don't even do, like, they would just do something normal in an abnormal place, that would be fine. Like, they just drive around randomly, like bumper car style. Anguilla right there. So we're gonna get ourselves over here. So, geez, I gotta say, like, the sim feels great. This airplane felt great. I could actually make my landings, which makes me feel great. Visuals are fantastic. So, mixture to idle, cutoff, throttle is idle. Let's set the parking brake. Let's see, avionics master's off first. Let's turn all of our lights off. Let's turn our fuel pump off. Master and battery switches off. Mags off. Open that door, baby. No. And there we go. So, boy, the sim, like I said, the sim feels really good right now. Airplane feels really good. The air is alive, but not in like a wacky way, not in like a crazy way. Geez, I almost have to say I'm pretty happy. So, from Anguilla, it's good to be back in the sim. Hope you guys are all doing well. Talk soon.